Back out in the garage. Turning on all my lights. Get ready to work on the truck. So today, what I'm gonna try to do is weld in this brace, the one that goes on the driver's side, and I'm going to also weld these little pieces in for the front, and then those will be on the truck. So that's my project for today. Alright, so I started to clean up the bottom area where I'm going to reattach this piece. I pretty much got the area cleaned up where I want to put it. I'm trying to see this area. I got it cleaned up. I got this all cleaned up. Some of this edge. I need to go through, put some weld through primer on here, just so it's primed. And then I have this piece on here, but I need to make like a, you can see the gap in here. I want to fill that gap on both sides. So I'm gonna make a little piece that fits in between there. Make a little piece that fits in between there, and then I'll weld the two together after I do some weld through primer or something on the inside of this, and then something here just so it's sealed off. I'm gonna go back through and put like cavity wax in and stuff, but that'll be done after. So let's get to making that patch. Alright, so I have this piece all bent up. This is a piece I'm going to use to mate up to this piece, like so. So I'm going to weld those together after I put some primer on the inside of these, and then primer on the underside of that. And then I can weld them on. But before I do that, I want to put that in place along with the other front piece here, which I need to figure out what I want to do. I think I may cut this off. I think I may cut this and then blend it in with the front of that one. So then that's all new except for this piece that tucks under the front portion of the control arm mount. So yeah, I want to do that before, and then I'll prime everything at once and then be done with priming, and then I can weld it. So get them all in position, get them ready, and then I'll prime it and then weld. Also, while I'm thinking of it, these couple little tools I use a lot for after you drill out the spot welds or grind them a little bit, you can go back through with like a painter's tool, which are excellent for getting behind spot welds and using the hammer and hammering them out. There's a regular painter tool, which are great. They're worth it if you can find one of these. If you can't find one of these or want something more heavy duty, there's this I got from Amazon. It's just a spot weld cutter. After you go through and drill out your spot welds, these, if they're not all the way cleaned up, you can just take this and hammer on it and knock them right out. These are a big plus. You can go either way. You can hammer on this end or you can hammer on it sideways to, like if you get this behind the spot welds, you can hammer on it and knock it out. So these are great tools to have for spot welds. Alright, so I kind of matched up these two pieces underneath the truck where I kind of want it to be. And I'm going to take and cut off this piece. I'm going to cut it off right where I have this line. And then I'm going to mate it up to this piece. Kind of like that. So then this front piece will match up to that. Alright, so I got this piece cut. This is going to mate up to this. And then I'm going to take this back under, see how it looks underneath the truck. And then if everything looks good, then I'm probably going to weld this together and then be good to go. Alright, so this looks good. I'm going to finish welding this up, just tack welds. And then this will be good. Alright, so I'm going to start to clean up these pieces and get them ready for paint. And then, yeah, then I'll be painting them. And then I'm going to let them sit probably for tonight. Maybe later I'll come back out and weld them up. But right now I just want to get them, while I'm heating up the garage, I want to get them cleaned and painted and then ready to go. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to paint the inside with this zero rust stuff, and then I'm going to cut back the areas that are going to get welded. I'm going to use weld through primer, but I'm going to get this stuff in there first. Alright, so I got everything primed, ready to go. I got the pieces primed up and then underneath the truck primed up pretty good. So then I'm going to leave those dry a little bit. I'm going to leave the heater going so the garage stays warm. At least until they're dry a little bit, and then I'll shut it off. And then I'll be able to come back out and weld the pieces on. I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I'm going to go inside and get around for dinner. But if I come back out, that's what I'll do. But if not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so I'm back out in the garage. I'm going to try to get these pieces welded in today. And that's pretty much all I'm going to try to do. Those. Alright, so I just got done welding most of the stuff in place. I'm gonna have to go back through and fix some spots, I'm sure of it, but I ended up using the jack with a board on it and jacking up the one brace so I could get it in position so I could weld it. Made it a ton easier. So yeah, now I'm gonna get into grinding it, cleaning them up, the weld. So now I'm gonna get into grinding the welds, cleaning them up, and then see what it looks like and touch up some spots welding, but grinding now. Alright, so I'm done welding and grinding on the under portion of the truck. I'm pretty much going to call this part done. Got this all welded, and I ended up touching up spots all along the seam where the two are, but I got that bracket all in there. And like I said, I finished touching up spots all along the seam where the clip meets the pan. I'm done with that. I don't need to get too fancy with how it looks. I just want it welded, and then I'm gonna go back through and seam seal the whole underside where all the welds are. And then I'm gonna well, first I'm gonna epoxy it, and then seam seal all the joints, and then undercoat it. So, but I think that's it for this one, and I will hopefully it's not too long. I'm gonna try to cut up the cleaning and welding and all that, but that's it for this one, and I'll see you on the next one.